Hello students, welcome to the online session for the subject of industrial safety. This is our virtual classes and by this we can have a brief discussion of the subject. The subject is mainly for the students of structural engineering and mechanical engineering. So this is a very interesting subject and hope you find it much more interesting. We will discuss in a brief. We will have a practical application of the topics and let's start with our session. So one, two, three, go.
Good morning, students. So, this is an online session for the subject of industrial safety. The industrial safety is a subject which is normally coming in the semester number 3 for the branch of civil engineering as well as for the mechanical engineering. So, this is the subject that is required to be studied in the semester 3 for the course of masters. So basically, this will be our online session where we will be conducting this online session of the industrial safety. Now, first of all, we will have an introduction about what is industrial safety. Basically, the industrial safety will mainly contain all those topics that are required for the industry. All the points that is required to be taken into the account by the industrial safety manager, that is required to be incorporated in their policy so that there will be no hazards or accidents in the industry. And as a result, if the accident will not also occur, then as a result the worker will also remain safe and all the production will be in an efficient way. So in order to carry out for that purpose only, we will be studying this subject. Okay. Now, the contents that we will be discussing in our session will be in synchronization with the GTU syllabus. Okay. So basically, all the contents that we are having will be studied in this session. Okay. Now, each and every topics are in synchronization only. So whatever the syllabus is there in the GTU, that will be discussing in our online session. Okay. So we will now proceed towards the our online session. So this is our first session, and we will move for the next slide. Okay. So basically, in our first session of this industrial safety subject, the uh, contents that we are going to discuss in this session will be common causes of the workplace accident. Means what are the general reasons that can cause the accident at the workplace. Next is types of accidents. What are the types of accidents that are mainly used to occur? And third is the safety measures that is required to be taken into the account for the prevention of the accidents. So these are the three topics that we will be going to discuss in our today's session. So moving towards the first. Okay. Basically, there are 8 common causes for the workplace accidents. So what are they? We will be discussing in our next slide. Now, first is lifting. Okay. Many employees are prone to sprain or strain or tear a muscle by the virtue of lifting an object that is too heavy for them to lift on their own. Keeping in mind that there is no harm in asking for the help with the object that are difficult to lift. So basically, while lifting, workers don't used to think that what are they able to lift or not. If they are not able to lift, then somehow they are trying to lift, and as a result of that, the thing that is happening will be only the accident. Okay. So it is necessary to know that whether the strain that is going to come by lifting that object is resistible by the person or not. And if it is not heavy, then he can go for lifting of that particular object. But if the strain that is exceeding the limit of the strain that a person can handle, then it is his duty to ask another person to help him in lifting that equipment. So this is the first point that is required to be taken into account for reducing the accident. Next is fatigue. Failing to take a break is another common causes of the accidents. In order to recover from the grueling manual labor, it is essential that employee take adequate breaks. Not doing so can lead to a slew of physical issues, including the atrophy and the general exhaustion. The result of the either of these can be far more devastating than taking a 10 minutes breather. So particularly from this slide, the one thing is required to be taken into account that it is necessary to take a break. The worker should mainly take the break at the after working for 1 hour. It is necessary that they should take a break of 10 minutes. If they will not take the break, then the work there will be an overburden of the work on them, and because of this overburden, there might be a issue can take place. For example, physical issue or another general exhaustion. So it is necessary to take 10 minutes break to have a breath and to do the next exercise in a fresh manner. Dehydration. Not staying hydrated can also bring about disastrous consequences. On exceptionally hot summer days, failing to drink adequate amount of water can cause heat stroke or a cardiac condition. This can be avoided by simply drinking at least 8 glasses of water per day. Management should stress the importance of the proper hydration and rest. As a result, it will maximize the effort of the person. So basically from this slide, the one thing that is required is that the worker or the personnel that is working in the industry should never be dehydrated. They should regularly drink water and their body should be always hydrated. Not staying hydrated can cause the disastrous consequences. An accident can be caused. So it is necessary to drink the water daily. And the management should also give importance to of drinking water. Okay, so basically the management should also ask the should give information, should have the session so that the workers can know the importance of drinking water, and as a result they should also come to know that their energy will be maximized on being hydrated. So this is also one thing. Next is poor lighting. Inadequate lighting is responsible for the number of accidents each year. This is often overlooked when they attempting to prevent the accidents in the warehouse. Poor lighting is basically one of the main cause behind the accidents, because the workers can't have the judgment of how they are working and how they are moving. So as a result of that, this misjudgment, as a result of this misjudgment, the personnel will fail to do the work, and then as a result of that, major accident can be caused. Such kind of accident has caused in the industry and the warehouses, where particularly I can say that in case of the crackers factory, where the personnel is not taking the care, and as a result of that, the failure has occurred. So this disaster can take place if there is a poor lighting. So it is necessary to have the proper light. I'm not going to. I don't say that there should be whole properly lighted with the electricity, but there should be a ventilation. Okay, according to the IS. Hazardous material. Improper material handling of the hazardous material or not wearing personal protective equipment (PPE) is another common causes of the accident in the workplace. By reading material safety data sheet and providing appropriate protective attire, many workplace incidents can be avoided. So it is necessary to have the personal protective equipment. The worker should wear the PPE, that is the proper personal protective equipment that can protect the workers from the hazardous accidents, and their lives can be saved. And as a result, if the lives of the workers are saved, obviously it will be helpful for the industry in and many reasons. And obviously, the priority of lives is the first priority of the any industry. Act of the workplace violence. Sadly, violence among the co-workers has become all too common. It is usually brought about by the office politics or the other sensitive issues. Integrating conflict resolution and peer mediation can help us to reduce the risk of the such outbursts. So basically, there should not be any kind of the politics. There should not be any kind of the internal conflicts or politics between the workers at the industry. It should be proper. There should be proper coordination between the workers, and they should be very much friendly with each other, and they should have the helpful nature. And by doing so, the violence will not take place, and obviously, the conflicts will also not take place. And if the conflicts occur, then it is necessary to resolve it, and proper peer mediation is required. And as a result of this, the risk of the violence and the outbursts will be reduced. Trips and falls. Slick roads and high traffic corridors can cause a trip or fall. Improper footwear may also contribute to these accidents, which not only can result in the injuries but also workmen's compensation related cases. Read six guidelines to prevent the workplace slips, trips, and falls for the more. So basically, this this slide mainly says that you should have proper footwear to contribute. There should be proper footwear, means proper precaution is required to be taken place, but there is chances of accidents. And as a result of this, the injuries can be reduced, and such kind of cases will also get reduced. Such kind of accident cases can also get reduced. Stress. Stress is one of the leading causes of the death. It affects the human body in every facet imaginable. Means stress is the main reason for the death. Stress can foster negative effects psychologically, emotionally, and mentally, as well as the debilate or distract any workers. Therefore, it is necessary to encourage the supportive team environment. Okay, this slide mainly wants to say that stress is main reason behind the disaster. So, and to prevent that such kind of disaster, there should be full on motivation in the workers, in the mind of the workers, and that can be come by the encouraging them by doing the work, by means by giving them rewards, by giving them medical safety, by giving them providing them additional uh, facilities. So by doing so, the stress in their work can be reduced, and as a result, the work will be much more productive than what the stress can cause, and as a result, the company will be benefited. Now, basically, types of accidents. The first type of accident is slips and falls. Workers should provide non-slip footwear and proper training in the safety procedure to avoid resulting injuries such as musculoskeletal pain. So basically, slips and falls can take place, and this can be takes place when the non-slip footwears are being used and proper safety training is not being given to them. So it is necessary to give the proper safety training to the uh, workers so that they can work properly, and as a result of that, slips and fall will not take place. Falling objects. Injuries from the falling objects may occur when items are improperly positioned while stationary or the not restrained while being moved. Workers should be trained in appropriate placement and proper techniques for transporting items, such as the issue of the restraint. So basically, falling of objects can take place, and it is necessary that the injury worker should be trained for the appropriate placement of such items, and as a result of that, the injuries will be reduced. Chemical burns or exposure. Chemical burns and exposure accidents occur when the chemicals are not properly contained and labeled with the chemicals name and the subsequent handling procedure. So it is necessary that in each and every kind of industry where chemicals are used, there the chemicals should be properly labeled, and the procedure of how the worker should deal with them should be given, listed. Next is improper lifting or overexertion. Back, spine, or limb injuries may occur over time as improper lifting techniques resulting from the lack of the proper training and supervision take their tolls on the workers. Worker need to know that how to use the supportive equipments and use correct techniques when lifting to avoid this type of injury. So basically, it is also a reason that improper lifting or overexertion means overloading of the weight on the workers can result in the heavy disasters. So this is a point that is required to be taken into the consideration. And for this, a proper training is required to be done and proper supervision of the work should be done. Due to the lack of the proper training and casual supervision can take place, the toll means the whole load will be act on the worker's body, and as a result the worker body might not be able to resist that higher load, and as a result of that improper lifting or overexertion of the load will take place. So because of this there is a chance of the occurrence of the injury to the person, and as a result the life can also be costed. So it is necessary to take into account the following consideration. Means the proper training is required to be done and proper supervision is the two general procedures where the overlifting or damage to the overlifting can be prevented. Okay, now next steps to prevent the accidents in the industries are discussed in the successive slides. First thing is proper safety measures. The proper safety measures should be adopted to avoid accidents. Government also should provide guidelines for enacting measures for checking accidents, and they should be properly followed. So basically, the first thing that is required to be done is to take proper safety measures so that the accident will not take place and it will be prevented. And what are the guidelines that are given by the government to take into account for the safety purpose is required to be incorporated in the policy of the industries, and as a result of that the accident will be reduced by following these guidelines given by the government. The accident will be reduced, or we can say that can be lowered down. Proper selection. Any wrong selection of workers will create problem later. Sometimes employees are accident prone. They may not be properly suitable for a particular job. So the selection of the employee should be on the basis of properly devised test so that their suitability for job should be determined. Basically, this proper selection mainly want to say that if a person who has lack of knowledge in the particular kind of work, and if it is selected for that particular kind of the work where he is lacking in the skills, then this can cost the accident to the industry. So basically, the preventive measure is to take a basic test where the employee should be tested on the basis of the how he will perform in this particular test, and based on that the suitability of that particular worker for the job should be done, and this is how the proper selection of the workers is required to be done. He should have the proper qualification, he should have the proper skills, and after that only the person or the worker should be selected for the job. Safety conscious. The employee should made conscious of the various safety measures to be followed. There should be proper working slogans and advices to the workers for making them conscious. So basically, proper safety measures are required to be given to the employees. They should made know the importance of the safety measures, and the proper working slogans and advices should be given to the worker which can make them consciousness. They should know the importance of the uh, safety measures, and accordingly the slogans are required to be made. So this is what will make the workers conscious about safety measures. Enforcement of discipline. Discipline action should be taken against those who fault safety measures. there may be negative punishment like warning, layoff, termination of workers. So basically, these slides mainly want to say that the person who doesn't work properly, against them, the action should be taken and proper warning is required to be given previously. And then also, if they are doing the same, then the termination of the worker is required to be done. And I think so that warning should also be not given. They should directly term up because it can directly cost to the life of the other person also, other workers also who was working under the single shade at the industry. So this is how the enforcement of the discipline should be done. And as a result of that, the number of the uh, accidents in the industry will be reduced. Incentives. Workers should be given various incentives for the maintaining the safety. There should also be safety contrast against workers. Those who follow safety instruction properly should be given momentary and non-momentary incentives. Means basically the incentives are required to be given, and basically those who taken into the account the momentary should be given incentives, and those who are not conscious then they should also give non-momentary incentives. Safety committee. Safety measures are in the interest of both employees. There should be proper committee consisting of the representatives of the workers and the employees for devising and enforcing the safety programs. The proper safety committee should be required to be made for the interest of both workers and the in management. Okay, so there should be some personnel from the workers and some personnel from the management, and enforcing the safety programs is done. Proper maintenance of the machine equipments and infrastructural facilities. Accident may occur on the account of the fault in machine and equipment. There should be proper maintenance of the machines. This should be regularly checked and frequently inspected by the engineers. Okay, so basically the slide want to say that there should be proper maintenance of the machine. Oiling should be done, and as a result of that, the worker will find easier to work with such kind of equipments, and the thing that will happen will be only increase in the productivity. Efficiency of the working will be increased, productivity will be increased, life can be saved, and as a result, both industries and at the same time workers will also get benefit. So this is how the why the maintenance is required to be done. Safety training. The workers should be given training regarding the safety measures. They should know the hazards of the machines, the area of the accident proneness, and good working. Possible precaution in case of the some accidents. So basically, the workers should be given safety training. They should know how the machine is required to be used, and what are the actions that is required to be taken if there is a fault in the working of the machine. So all this training is required to be given to the workers, and as a result of that, there will be definitely reduction in the number of accidents. Okay, so this was our first session of the industrial safety. We will be continuing with our second section, the next lecture. Thanks for attending it. Thank you. Jai Hind.
So students, thank you for attending my session. Hope we have discussed a lot, and if you have any kind of a doubts, any kind of a queries, you can send me your doubts and queries through mail. My mail ID is in my channel, so do see it, do send me the mails. Do you like to send me your comments? And thanks for attending the session again. See you in the next session. Thank you.